Good morning, good evening to all my friends on this crazy earth ship. Welcome to my sacred space of sanity. We could all use a little bit of that right now. Let's talk about some alchemy and the processes of spiritual alchemy, where you become the alchemist, where you are the one that's in control of your life, where you get to turn everyday life into the gold, no matter what's going on. No matter what's going on. And right now what's going on is the Grand Purge. Here we are. I'm Cindy Carter. I'm an intuitive, an artist, an energy healer, and a spirit consultant. The series of alchemy podcasts that I put out each Sunday are kind of like my gift to you. Like I'm bringing quantum and ancient ideas for transmuting the energy in and around you with compassion, so that you see, when you hold compassion for yourself first, anything else that happens around you, you still are becoming and are the beacon of light and not the sponge of other people's light. This is important right now. So I'm kind of helping you remember your divinity, even during these volatile times. Yes, with you witnessing scripted mainstream media in the form of live job interviews known as congressional hearings. You know, interviewing for positions of rightness and wrongness for a defunct, bankrupt corporation. You know, the one that's owned and run and maintained by the reptilian queen. I see big pictures of things, so no, I do not partake. I do know what's happening. I know some of the details, quite a few of them actually. But no, I'm not emotionally taken over by this event. I understand what's happening on both sides. So last week's podcast was called The Great Divide. Well, that's what's been playing out. Where we talked of so many things dividing us right now. Well, if you participated emotionally in these recent events on mainstream media, then you were participating emotionally in the great divide of humanity. Maybe knowingly, maybe unknowingly. Your participation is your senses being activated in a way that is non-harmonic to the body, where duality is being played out in all your senses. I'm asking you to step into the great divide. So you participate by watching, by viewing, by taking in, by getting upset, by taking a side, by participating with your eyes, your ears, your feelings, your inner feelings. All of a sudden, what happens? You're triggered. Where? You're usually triggered in your areas of ancestral influences and tendencies. You know, those repetitive patterns that bring you to that current thought, that current idea. Right there, you're triggered in that place that you were doing your best to hide or bury. Or what I'm hearing a lot of is, oh, I already dealt with that one. That trigger. Well, it's hard to deal with it when you don't see it. But now you're feeling it and seeing it everywhere. People are displaying it everywhere. The ancestral influences and tendencies of triggering. That's like an electrical fire coming out of people's bodies. I see it. So if you decide to watch these events on mainstream media and you take a side, one or the other, and you begin to activate within you an alliance to the people, to the ideas, to the movement of your energy and your mind towards or away from the view of the wholeness, then you just become the rightness of this view or the wrongness of this view. Where no matter what, the other person is wrong. A lot of you are saying that now. A lot of New Age people are telling me they see the other side as wrong. So here you sit, fully involved in a yin-yang symbol. It's like the life force of you has one imprinted over it. And you represent only the white or only the black. What is that? You know, these are the two colors of duality represented in the yin-yang symbol. So what's happening in your triggering that you can't see black and white? Because your mind has been fed. Your emotions have been fed, and we're not allowing compassion for ourselves first and foremost. And so we take in the traumas, we take in the purging of the others. Because you are perfect food for outside energies when you become polarized. When you polarize yourself to one side of the black or one side of the white, you're polarizing your thoughts and your emotions, swinging wildly from one side to another. But see, this is now orchestrated, for a humanity by a faction of people that revel and love to work in this duality grid that you're living in. It's, what I'm calling the soup. So now you stand fully in your duality. One side of the yin is yours, and the yang is wrong. How can that be? You see, we're being played to polarity on both sides. So what happens in an alchemic process of two sides that are polarized so heavily? Well, I could go into the math or the quantum physics, but I'm trying to stay heart-based here and talk some sense into some people. So maybe I could say, can you say roller coaster? That's the alchemic process of two sides polarizing so heavily. Up, down, side to side. It sounds and feels mechanical, like a mechanical dance. Well, it kind of is. And you're dancing to the tune of a system that's outside of divinity. It's a holographic universe that has nothing to do with your divinity. So to dance the tune of your spirit is to be fully present in this time of the Great Purge, where humanity and yourself, no one is excluded here, is purging their deepest, darkest traumas, their memories, their lifetimes and timelines, their past lives, their ancestral influences, their epigenetic markers, their necrosis frequencies, purging off-planet agreements, planetary influence, astrological miasms, fractal embedded implants, psychic influences, so many dark filaments of light. They're all being spewed like fireworks everywhere you walk, everywhere you sit, and everywhere you breathe right now. You are in the Grand Purge, people. This is the spiritual detox of a humanity, and it's occurring right now. What are you going to do while the world is detoxing itself? Are you going to participate by accepting the spewing of another person's detox? I think not. By dirtying yourself each time you walk out the door? No way. By knowing you are in the Grand Purge means that you can choose to focus on the results of a said spiritual detox, not the ugly moments that get us there. I mean, really, if you're doing an herbal detox, you don't focus on how awful it is. You focus on how wonderful you're going to feel afterwards. It affects the reality. Believe me. This is where you have to have faith. You've got to have faith in the universe and faith in your spirit and faith in your soul's awareness that all things are good and right. This is a focus during a detox that you're going to be okay. This doesn't feel so good, but you're going to be okay. It makes the detox really less likely to be so uncomfortable for you. Remember, this is about compassion for yourself. No one else is going to do this for you. So do you knowingly make the choice to allow what is shown as a scripted telling of an event to trigger your emotional, mental, or spiritual body? I mean, I think compassion would have a huge boundary for the self that kind of all the lives you've had have boundaries of compassion within you. The layers of your aura around you that house all the versions of you that are known and unknown, all the consciousness of all your stuff. Do you really need other people's stuff in your aura? Do you need other people's anger, their oppression, their viewpoint, their manipulation, their ridicule, shame, blame? Heck, we have enough of that in our own cells, in our own mind. You can hear about those in my past podcasts. All the epigenetic traumas. Compassion for you is an alchemic process. Alchemy. So if we were to look at this current situation where people are so polarized, so divided, what would your day look like in an alchemic process of compassion? Well, something like this. Perhaps you have the thought that this Grand Purge is crazy, nonsensical, delusional, not quite right, it's cray-cray, too much, I'm over it, or whatever conclusion, you want to make. But let that be your choice. Like the alchemy of, I choose this day to observe the yin-yang divide and see it as wholeness of a lifespan. I choose to allow only the benevolent ideas and unifying processes of life to guide me. I choose to not be the sponge to the other ideas and to formulate my own ideas based in divinity, based in love. This is the purging in your own mind of the polarization. These thoughts are the stabilizers in the energy field to allow the triggers to lessen. What I just said is the alchemy. I choose this day to observe the yin-yang divide and see it as wholeness of a lifespan. Stabilize the mind. Stabilize the thoughts. To redirect your mental body away from the polarization, away from other people's pain. To focus on the divine within you, the gold. This is how energy systems are sloughed off of cells. This is partly the alchemic process of immortality, cellular proliferation. What I'm telling you is very coded information. I'm actually doing the process with you, maybe with you not even realizing it. Your subconscious mind understands much more than you believe. You can redirect your mind by simple intentions. Alchemy, immortality, it's a self-driven system that you too can easily access if you choose to view the Grand Purge for what it is and allow others their truth. You allow your truth and do it all in compassionate embrace of what your spirit wishes for you. You might ask yourself, does my spirit want me raising my voice to my friends to convince them that they are wrong in their views? No. Does my spirit want my feelings so broken and hurt because of what I've seen on the scripted transmission from an Illuminati-owned transmission device? Should I be in pain because of that? Come on, what are you missing? Observe is the key word in this stabilization of your perceptions. Allowing the space between what you see and what you feel being observed. That space is the compassion. Seeing this grand purge with compassionate eyes for what you see, how you see it, and how it affects you. This is your choice. Your God-given right in a human body to make a difference for a soul vehicle and say, no, I do not accept the show. I see it for the great divide it is. Bravo. Great show. But many, many of you are now riddled with extreme hurt, pains, and torn sensibilities. Emotional fields ripped open, your auras just shredded now because of a play being put on by both sides. Even the thoughts that make you extremely angry or hurt, which we're seeing everywhere, displayed everywhere, even these displays of extreme emotion can be viewed and observed as yin-yang polarity. Take in all the information before you make conclusions. This is where you have got to understand your future self is involved. Your future self would not allow you to go into polarity for too long. It's not part of the path for very long. It's not very comfortable in the body, or the thoughts, or your mind, or the division of your mind. You see, our minds are really trying to take control of this situation right now and make sense of it. It is crazy. And in a quantum fractalized universe, this is challenging. But this is the mind. We have part of our mind that's reptilian. Look it up if you don't believe me. It's been talked about for eons that you have reptilian brains and that these guide you more than you know. That old warrior in you that comes out when you're triggered by something, that's the reptilian brain activated. Alchemy asks you to hone these processes, to work with what is in any given moment with compassion. It's what you have as ingredients to work with. So stop the polarity by observing the play with a distance of compassion for yourself first. Like, I hold myself in so much compassion that I am going to turn off the TV. Or in my case, give my TV away many years ago. If you know the place is a purge of traumas, turn it off. It's your choice. You're the alchemist. It's intoxicating to the reptilian brain. Sure, it is. It's a great show to watch. It's the best, daytime drama, soap opera that the humanity could ever be involved in. Intoxication. You're not in your right mind. Remember, your consciousness is the energy, the food of outside sources. Traumas, lifetimes of traumas spilling out everywhere, ugly emotions, ugly thoughts and ideas. This is the Grand Purge. Walk lightly. Be observant. But do not pull the emotions of others into your mind or into your body. You are here to ripple the consciousness of God's source creator. Peace, love, joy, harmony, freedom is what a spirit wants. How can you get there at this time especially? How about conscious detachment from the Grand Purge of all you see being displayed? Learn how to navigate this earth in whatever it and the humanity has going on. I'm talking humanity's survival here, folks. I'm not being your life coach here to get you more income and more vacation time, or showing you how to create a super baby through epigenetic manipulation. I'm here showing you how to save yourself from yourself. We must all focus on ourselves right now as all reality changes right before your eyes. This hologram is going to get really weird. I wish for you open navigation upon an earth, free of others' traumas and other ideas and agreements. I wish for you an open field of grace so that you can witness from your heart all you can see. No matter how strange people get, how angry they get, you can be the centered one, standing, observing both sides of the yin and yang. Allow the people around you to purge. Be there on the other side. After the ugly, you can stand strong through all of it, if you choose. But But you've got to allow your body and your own mind to purge. This is huge. You can allow now, easier than ever, this purge because of where the earth is in the galactics. You can allow out of the body all these past life memories, traumatic events, lingering emotions, failed agreements, traumas, shames. Release them out of the body and out of the mind. And if you feel the need to cry, then do it. If you feel the need to be sad, observe it. Then love the one being sad. Redirect back to the divine. You are harmony. You know you are. You see, you're the Master Alchemist of this whole show. So you need to allow yourself to change your mind, to change your heart, and to allow all kinds of things to be observed, and it not to trigger you. That you remain in peace throughout this time of reverse refraction. Have gratitude that you understand yourself as the alchemist. Be grateful for the chance to witness your many lives come to a fruition of culmination of power and awareness right here in this body in this lifetime. Minus the traumas of others. So you can do this by allowing yourself to focus on what's good in your heart, good for your soul. Nature's good. Song is good. Communion with others is good. It's about what you focus on while everyone else is purging. You can purge also, but do it kindly and sweetly and with the knowing of like a master cosmic alchemist. Possibly like someone I have in my mind, Kawoni. A master cosmic herbalist that can put together the proper concoction for you, the proper holistic ingredients to purge your cellular and etheric body of any discordant frequencies. But you have to know that what you're going through has an end result of peace in the body and peace in the mind. It's necessary. So go for the good within you. It's there. It's the divine part of you. And you're the alchemist to unearth this gold, this grace, and furtherance of the life force that's known as you. So go ahead and liberate yourselves through joy. And liberate your mind through peace. And liberate your emotions through freedom. It's a time to focus on you, not the circus around you. So if any of you would like to really go deep into the work of focus and focusing intently and assisting yourself, I have an 11-day audio series called The Template of Grace. And I'm hearing back from so many people about how profound and how thorough and how stabilizing this process is to their cellular and mental bodies, their emotions. It's allowing grace through 11 daily short meditations that become an activation after the 11th day. And you can find that template of grace on my website. I also have a free ebook called Solene, the Ancient One. It's a compilation of 10 years of channelings from a collective I call the Ancient One. This collective were versions of myself in many lifetimes, past, present, and future, that taught me about sovereignty and immortality and ascension. It's very complex information, although it looks extremely simple. It's coded information, and it is free on my website as a download. So I do look forward to our next podcast, which is another chance to remind you that you are a divine being that came to an earth ship to further the lifespan of your soul. Take heed. Mix compassion into your thoughts and into your actions. And just allow grace to work with you. Many blessings.